Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. In today's episode we are going to be working on the mob grinder, hopefully, and getting that all fully operational and whatnot. As you all know, since we've gotten the Elytra, it has been a little bit strenuous on our gunpowder stores. So we're going to hopefully get that up and running. It's not going to be the craziest thing in the world. This is a very simple old school design. But it should work nonetheless. But just keep in mind, it will not work very efficiently. But anywho, if you are new here, we are adding someone to the village of Havenwood. It's sort of my way of giving back to you guys by dedicating a house to one of y'all. And in today's episode, we are adding Haqueen Irons. So welcome here. They are a relatively new subscriber, I believe, as of 2 weeks ago, I think, roughly, something like that. But they left a really nice comment, and they liked, subscribed, and left a comment. There we go, that's the last one. So anywho, I went ahead and decorated the room just so that way we can save a little bit more time, save a little bit of your guys' time, because I know that it can... Where am I going? I know that it can get a little bit... Okay, sorry. A little bit repetitive, watching the same thing over and over again. So I went ahead and decorated it, and we're going to type in their name real quick. So here we go. This is the house that I've selected for them. A beautiful 2-story. Let's go ahead and type this bad boy in. Oh, okay. Immediately when the camera's on, I can immediately screw this up. There we go. And then I'll show you what your house looks like. It's a very simple interior. Got a lovely little fireplace. But it's more of a functional fireplace along with the crafting table right next to it. It's not home until they're next to each other. And then 3 nice beds. I went ahead and chose orange as the color scheme, just going off of your profile picture on YouTube. But if you want the color change, just leave a comment and I will change it to whichever color you prefer. Without any further ado, let's head on over to the factory district and get started building the mob grinder. And here we go building our lovely new mob grinder. It's been probably a couple years now since I've built my last mob grinder. I usually only ever build one per world. I think I said it inside of this video, but this mob grinder is not explicitly designed to be an XP farm. It can be. However, it is technically a little outdated, I believe, compared to the new, like creeper farm, skeleton farm, zombie farm, spider farm, whatever you want, you name it, we pretty much got a farm for it. But this is, I think, honestly, my favorite, because, I mean, it's classic, you know, and it works. It gets you a good amount of resources for, you know, a good amount of bang for your buck, essentially. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I think I ended up putting 5 levels in it, and it produced, like, I don't know, a small chest worth of loot in 5 hours, maybe? And that's stone, or not stone, bones, arrows, gunpowder, all sorts of goodies like that. In today's episode, we only hook it up to be just a regular old mob grinder. It's not designed to be an XP farm just yet, but we'll be doing that side of the next week's episode, hopefully. But yeah, this, I'm not going to take credit for the design of this mob grinder. I have taken the original design that's as old as time itself, I suppose, and I have essentially not improved it, but I've made it my own. I've made it 3 blocks inside the middle instead of 2. Of course, there are trapdoors there now just because trapdoors didn't exist, or they existed, but they didn't have the same mechanics as they do now. Where a mob thinks that they can walk on it, then they fall down. So we now have trapdoors here, which makes the farm a lot more efficient, relatively compared to its previous design. I prefer doing a 3-block map. I prefer having 3 blocks instead of 2. It makes it even. I like having buildings come to a single point usually. And also, it usually makes it harder for spiders to block it or clog up the machine, because the spiders, you know, being a 2x2 entity, they will unfortunately clog up the machine sometimes. That's why I put doors in my mob grinder, so I can walk in there and, you know, kill the spiders if they do something dumb. But yeah, hope that you guys enjoyed this time lapse. Here we go. Time has come. Hope you guys enjoyed that little time lapse. Time has come for us to actually activate the ye old farm. So we're gonna head in here now, and hopefully not die. Okay, I've already done this layer. I was trying to do it a little bit earlier, but I figure I should probably record this in case if something happens. Speaking of which, I've already seen it technically work. I didn't put any torches on the very top level, and it was already spawning in a creeper and a couple spiders and stuff. And that's something that you can actually do if you want to build this in your own world, is you can put carpet down on all of these platforms to prevent spiders from spawning. Oh no! But technically you don't really have to do that if you don't mind the spiders being in the farm. I mean, technically they can clog up the machine. And I know that those windows down there need to be tinted. I will do that later, but also this whole area is going to be put inside of a giant shell, essentially. So it'll all be really nice and dark in here, and the exterior will look pretty, which hopefully we can do a little bit. How am I going to get up there? Hopefully we can do a little bit of that in today's episode, if we have time, which I think we will. I don't think it'll take too much. We'll probably end up working on this a little bit in next week's episode as well, because we have to get its XP system. Oh, come on. Get the... Oh, no. Get the XP portion of the farm up and running, because this thing is technically designed to operate as both. And I just realized I left all of these trapdoors up, which is critical to the design's failure. But another thing, I'm sure you've noticed that there's a 3-block wide gap instead of a 2-block. That is another custom thing that we have done here, and that is tinted glass there that can allow no light into this building. Yeah, I do 3 blocks just so that way the spiders don't get in here and clog it up. Because that's the thing, is yes, you can allow spiders to spawn in here, you just have to make sure they don't clog up the machine, and it looks like they are already falling in. So now, let's head on out, break this block. I'll head out through our emergency exit, right here. Let me out, please. Hey, the current is too strong. Okay, and then I'm just gonna... Oh, wrong one. Gonna quickly get rid of some of these windows, so that way it will hide everything a little bit better. We have an emergency off switch for the lava as well, in case we ever need to turn that off, which it's just this button right here, which would shut everything down out there. It'll take us a hot minute for things to actually properly start to spawn, but underneath here we're gonna have lots of storage and everything like that. I have some copper golems that will be out here soon. I think we'll probably do 3 of them. Oh, how do you make a copper golem again? I make it and then I immediately throw that information out. It's not that way. Is it... So, is it a lightning rod on top of it too? Oh, we'll do it later. We'll do it later. Okay, let's head up to the top and see if we can notice if anybody's spawning inside of it. I didn't even finish that last time-lapse anyway. But yeah, it's going to look fairly similar to the iron farm. Once it's done, I'll need to show you guys how much iron we've actually produced within the last, I don't know, I've probably been working on this for a couple hours now. But we have like a good amount of iron now generated from the farm, which is good. And that's kind of, I can't see anything. That's kind of the good thing about having this here and that there. And then we're probably going to do another type of farm, maybe an automated food farm for like pumpkins and melons and stuff that I trade all the time. Because I need to up that. I want a proper automated cobblestone generator too with like the cobblestone and stuff. Did I get rid of the one inside thing? Let's see if this is a stack I did. Okay, we did. Nice. Well, we just gotta wait. I'll show you guys what we have done inside of here, though, real quick, while we give the generator some time to get started up. I doubt we'll get to actually see it work, but it has been chugging along as we've been over there. I know it doesn't look like too much, but we get to see it work. He's off to the office. We'll head down here and we'll collect up as much iron that we have right now. But we do have a good amount from our little haul that we've done. Which, thank goodness, because our iron supply was slowly starting to dwindle. It's probably been about a stack every, I don't know, 20 minutes. I know that's not the greatest in the world, but hey, it works for me. You know, and now we're gonna get a little bit more iron. More bang for our buck with all the mobs and stuff. Which, another thing I've noticed about this farm's design is you have to... There goes another one. You have to make sure that it's not raining or like dark outside. Otherwise, it kind of doesn't work. Just because, well, what's preventing the mobs from spawning in there is because they can all spawn around it. So yeah, I can't see if anything's in there right now, but we need to hopefully sleep really quickly and then we can test it out. But yeah, anywho, like I was saying, that building will be in a similar style to this one. It won't have a glass dome, I don't think. We might put a glass dome on it in like the front, maybe. That would be kind of cool. Because there's going to be like big windows looking into it, and some of the windows on the building itself will actually be looking into the farm. Because I did that in a previous design, and I thought it was really cool. Oh, I hear a zombie. I don't see a zombie. He's inside the grinder. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Holler to your mama. Yeah. Okay. Might need to get rid of that block up there. That's giving them a little bit too much freedom. And we got no gun. Oh, yep, we need to put that in there because they're going a little too high in there. Okay. That's alright. I'm going to try and sleep real quick. And do a couple minor modifications, like just, you know, ironing it out, and I'll let you guys know. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and start making it pretty. And for our final time-lapse, we are going to be encasing our mob grinder inside of a giant shell of a building. In sort of a... It has the mansard roof of St. Hawthorne's, but the size of the iron farm. I think this building is honestly a triumph for this area. As of right now, we still need to sort of integrate it into the landscape with some trees and some minor terrain adjustments just to really make it feel believable. But I gotta say, I'm really pleased with how this whole build has turned out. I think it's really cohesive with everything that we've done. And I'm really excited to see how the mob grinder and the iron farm work together as a factory district. Another couple factories I think I want to build are a music disc factory, as well as a mob head factory if we can, with supercharged creepers. That would be something. Which, for those, we'll just have to find the creepers randomly, because I don't want to build a system to get them out of the mob grinder, because that would be horrible. But I do think that would be really fun, doing that. Or on it, maybe we could do something where there's an offshoot of the grinder, and it pours mobs into a bit of water, where you then, you know, set the creepers off and stuff. Can you set a creeper off with a fire charge? If so, we can do a controlled demolition. I don't know. I'll have to experiment with that. But, yeah. Lots of cool buildings are definitely going to be on their way. I want the factory district to almost be like another small city, I guess. With different buildings doing different jobs and stuff. And yeah, eventually I want to have everything connected by like glass corridors and stuff. So it's one big factory. With every major building producing a different thing and stuff. I think we might try and do the music trap thing, because that would be kind of cool. And then for our next video, or not next video, next big factory project, I think I want to build an automatic pumpkin and melon farm. But anywho, I hope that you guys enjoy the time lapse. Alrighty guys, so as you saw from that lovely, quick, hopefully, little time lapse, we have completely finished off the outer shell of the mob grinder. It's very inspired by, I haven't done the planters or anything on the side. I'll do that off camera because I figured that time was going to be long enough already. But anywho, we've completely finished it off. It's very inspired by the building of St. Hawthorne's over in Havenwood over there. Because I realized I had built that. That was the first building built inside of Havenwood, and it's the only one that looks like this. So now it has a twin over here. It's a little bit bigger by one window, essentially. But yeah, it is a perfect square, and it completely encases the entirety of the mob grinder. And I will go ahead and show you guys what it looks like inside. It actually has the same footprint as the iron farm, which is cool. But anywho, as you can see, I'm going to be installing more tinted windows. I think it's just so cool that we can just barely, I don't know, I think you guys can see in there. Maybe, I don't know, I'm looking at my recording and I'm not too certain. See if doing it brightness? No, well, having the shaders on doesn't help things. But anyway. So yeah, we're gonna have big old tinted glass windows. I'm gonna leave this as cobblestone because I think it's important to sort of, I don't know, I kind of think the structure looks cool. It's almost like an alien artifact that's been like encased in a building to hide it or something. Because the outside of the building, you know, looks so nice and pretty and proper. It looks honest to me, honest to, oh my gosh, what the hell? Honest to me, it's honestly to me, there we go, fixed it. It looks a little bit like a linen factory or something with all like the tall windows and stuff. Whereas this one is inspired by more like an industrial glass dome, iron working type of area. Let's go ahead and sleep real quick so that way the grinder will keep working. Because the only downside with this kind of design is at night it won't stop, but it will slow down production because mobs are spawning outside of the grinder. So, but as long as you acknowledge that and, you know, work with it, it helps. This is how much iron we have made during the construction of this building, which has only been a couple hours. And I've used some of it for the iron spikes over here. So yeah, we're making quite a good amount of iron back. So I think we're going to be building a tree farm over here too. Not to the same scale as the sawmill, but like just a couple tree plots so that way I can be over here doing stuff. I want to make an automated cobblestone farm too. Maybe, if we can. I don't know if there's a way to do that, but I'm going to look into it. It won't be my design, I assure you that. Oh, and this is the final level. This is where I just now realized that, sorry. This is where the water will push them into the grinder. But anywho, so yeah, we have all these wooden support beams to make it look like it's being really well supported. There will be giant windows on all the sides. And then we have 4 staircases. This is essentially the same layout as the iron farm. It's just has a giant mob grinder in the middle. I'm going to replace these with glass very carefully. So that way we can see the water pulling them. I want to put little glass windows in here and here so we can look at the mobs spawning up above us. This will all be tinted glass here as well. I'm trying to make it as visible, look at you two, as visible as possible. I've installed our automated sorting system. 2 copper golems to keep each other company. With, yeah, plenty of stuff. As you can see, the grinder has been working really well. And to do it, you just put a copper chest at the end and they take care of it. It's honestly, I'd say 2 is good. 3 would probably be a little bit more efficient, just because they are slow. And they have to double check every chest that they open. Inside of the next episode, I think we're going to go ahead and call it here. I'm sorry I didn't get to finish the interior of this place, but time has unfortunately escaped me. But inside of next week's episode, we're going to be finishing this build off. I might do a small time-lapse down here for part of it, because we're going to be essentially turning the mob grinder from just... It's going to have 2 modes. It's going to be able to be just a regular old mob grinder, but then also a partial XP farm. And what I'm thinking, right, how I've done it in the past is I would pull a switch, gravel would rise here, gravel would rise wherever, and then the water would push the mobs this way, where it would then take them to a bubble elevator that would then shoot them all the way up over the grinder, and then they would fall down on a side, and then essentially they would be ready to be killed, because they'd be at like half a heart. But I don't really want to do that on this way because I really like this little walk around balcony. I didn't have this for this previous design, and I think it really helps it feel industrial, I think. Especially if like a creeper were to explode up there or something, if I ever have to do maintenance. it's not the end of the world, you know? It's not going to destroy the outside of the building. It's just going to mean that the factory is going to be down for a little bit. And speaking of maintenance, I might eventually put in redstone lamps that can be turned on and off, just so that way it is safe to go into the grinder for a little bit. Turn it on and off, or I don't know. You never know if we have to do maintenance or something like that on that. But yeah, next episode we'll be building the XP farm. All right, I was explaining how it's gonna work. So I'm thinking this time, right? What we're gonna do is the water will essentially just pull them out here. They will fall all the way down. And then, I have to think about it. I'm not sorted out on it just yet. If I can find a block that will take creatures down to half a heart, but not kill them, that's the thing. If you guys have any ideas of any type of block or something that mobs can stand on that won't kill them, but will take them down to half a heart, I cannot think of one that would do it. I know magma cream or magma blocks will kill you, I think. I don't know. I need to test it. We need a lab. But yeah. Current working theory, they drop down here, all the way down. They take fall damage. Water will then spawn after like 10 seconds of them falling. No, that won't work. Or, okay, here we go. Essentially, what they're going to do is they're going to fall on a little 3x3 platform. It's going to be very over-engineered, as usual. It's me, of course. Hello. They're going to fall onto a little 3x3 or 2x2 platform. 2x2, that's better. A 2x2 platform, which will essentially knock them down to half a heart. And then there's going to be water here. And there's going to be a set of pistons here that'll go off randomly whenever it's turned on to be XP, where she'll just push them out into the water. And then the water, I always have trouble linking water to water elevators. And then the water will push them over to here into the bubble elevator with a secondary set of pistons, I think, that will then be pushing them into the water because they always get a little stuck here. So it would push them in. And then they'll take up the water elevator and be here and then be pushed forward into a set. So honestly, we might actually have it be boom, 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 and then have the water push them over on both sides maybe, so it's nice and even. I think I like that. Yeah. It's incredibly over-engineered, but that's kind of what I'm about. I'm extra, if you haven't noticed. I like to give things kill switches and automatic offs just in case, you know? Just in case. I'll never need to use it, but just in case. Y'all are killing me. Yeah. So yeah, that'll be a fun little project that we'll get to figure out together. Oh, both are killing me. But yeah. Also, hopefully in next week's episode, we'll be working on this central courtyard area. There's going to be a nice little fountain and some paths and trees and stuff built here. I know we were working on the garden at the mansion, but I kind of want to get this area really nice looking too, because this area has now sort of boomed. We now have Havenwood to get XP, but it would be great to have this place be an XP farm as well, just to have it. And then there's also going to be a wrought iron gate and fence sectioning off this whole area. And there will be a garden path, or a path, not a garden path, just sort of winding its way through here that will eventually lead up to the main bridge. So that way we don't have to walk on grass. Keep off the grass. But yeah, so we have a lot planned for next week's episode. We'll see if we get at least one thing done. But anywho, I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode of Minecraft. If you did, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. And if you really did enjoy it, feel free to share it with your friends because it really helps out the channel. But anywho, I will see you all inside the next one. See ya.